Have you been curious about living in Bunker Hill area of Houston and you wanting to know maybe what's the real cost that it takes to live there? Well, today we're going to be covering that here on this video. And it's really about understanding the truth of the suburb and what really happens there. Of course, some of the different environment today, but as we get started, what is it about this prestigious suburb that many people are intrigued about? And what it takes to live here? And exactly what it's going to cost you to get into the community. So come on and join me as we explore the cost of living in Bunker Hill in 2025. And yes, of course, please stay till the end. You don't want to miss our special bonus tip that we have in store for you. So if you're curious, make sure you continue to watch till the end, especially if you're interested in investing in the Texas real estate market. You don't want to miss it. Here we go. Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Natasha Carroll from Natasha Carroll Realty, your trusted realtor for all your real estate needs in the state of Texas, of course. Now, let's jump right in. Bunker Hill Village is consistently ranked as one of the most upscale communities in Texas, and I would say for good reason. It's nestled in the heart of the Memorial area, and this exclusive enclave offers a unique blend of luxury living, exceptional schools, and of course, a tight-knit community that feel like it's increasingly harder and harder to find. But what's the actual cost to live there in 2025? It's a question we get asked all the time. And so let's break it down together. No sugarcoating, just facts. And my personal insights as someone who knows this market inside and out. Understanding Bunker Hill Village real estate trends is what we're going to cover now. When we think about, let's talk about what's really happening with Bunker Hill Village real estate as of August, I would say 2025's data, because this market continues to show remarkable strength. According to the latest data from, I would say, July, median home sold prices in Bunker Hill was around $4.1 million, representing an impressive 65.3% increase from last year. Yes, you heard that correctly. We're seeing an unprecedented appreciation in this elite community in Houston, Texas. Now you might ask yourself, what's driving this explosive growth? Well, Bunker Hill Village, it remains a highly competitive seller's market. The combination of extremely limited inventory with intense demand for luxury properties in premier school district, it just continues to push the prices skyward. Currently, there were about 16 homes on the market as of August 2025, with 10 new properties listed at 42.9% increase in new listings, but still representing a tight supply for such a sought-after area. The median price per square foot has climbed to $601 according to Redfin, up 10.1% from last year. While Greenwood King reports an average asking price per square foot as $507 for new listings. To put this in perspective, the median home price in the Houston proper area remains around $322,700, making Bunker Hill Village properties cost roughly 13 times more than the city average, of course. So competition, I would say it remains fierce, with Redfin's data showing that homes still receive multiple offers, though the dynamics have shifted slightly. The average home now sells for about 2 to 3% below list price and goes pending in around 12 to 40 days, depending on the property and the time frame, of course, that's analyzed. However, hot homes, the most desirable properties, can still sell at or slightly above list price and go pending in as little as 5 to 13 days. What does this mean for you as a buyer if you're considering? And if you're selling, the market conditions maintain themselves, have excellent for maximizing, I would say, your investment. Though the pace may be slightly more measured than earlier in 2025, if you're buying, you need to be prepared for significant competition and have your financing locked in place. The good news is that with inventory up 42.9% month over month, there are options to choose from. But in this price range, the property, it definitely won't last long. So, what's living in Bunker Hill, Texas like? That's a question we get asked all the time. Let's talk about the community itself. Bunker Hill Village is one of the 6 memorial villages, an exclusive collection of independent municipalities within the Houston area, of course. With a current population, I would say, of approximately 3,800 residents as of 2025, this isn't just a neighborhood. It's a tight-knit community where neighbors genuinely, I would say, they know each other, of course. Education remains a big cornerstone priority here in Bunker Hill with an exceptionally well-educated population. About 90% of the residents hold college degrees, 46% of them have bachelor's degrees, and an impressive 44% have master's degrees or higher. The educational focus is reflected in the outstanding public schools serving the area, which are part of the highly rated Spring Branch Independent School Districts. For families, access to these top-tier schools is the primary reason for many people relocating here in Bunker Hill. The demographic, I would say the composition has evolved slightly, with the community remaining predominantly affluent. As of 2025, about 78% of the residents are white, 10% are Asian, 7% identify as 2 or more races, and a smaller percentage represents other ethnicities. The unemployment rate remains remarkably low, at least 1%, and the poverty rate sits at 3.5%. The median household income has reached $250,000, reflecting the area's continued prosperity, of course. Now, one notable characteristic that sets Bunker Hill Village apart is its international presence. The community maintains a cosmopolitan atmosphere that brings global perspective to Texas enclave. Though specific foreign population data varies by source, weather-wise, it just depends on who wants to live there and when they would like to move. Now, when it comes to the weather, you'll experience a full range of Texas seasons, with winter lows around 40 degrees and summer highs reaching about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Like most of the Houston area, humidity, can make those summer days feel even warmer. So be prepared for the adjustment if you're coming from a more drier climate, of course. The streets throughout Bunker Hills, they remain meticulously maintained and beautifully landscaped, giving the city its signature clean, natural appearance. The attention to detail extends throughout the community and continues to be one of the defining characteristics of living in this prestigious area. Now, when you talk about the cost of living breakdown in Bunker Hill in 2025, let's get into some of the details. While the housing costs dominate the conversation about the cost of living in Bunker Hill, Texas, there are other expenses to consider when budgeting in this exclusive community. According to 2025 cost of living data, Bunker Hill Village has an overall cost of living that is 164% higher than the state average and 141% above the national average. However, when examining specific expense categories, of course, the picture becomes more, clear. Despite the premium housing market, certain costs remain surprisingly manageable due to Texas' favorable structure and, of course, the economic scale that's here. Utilities in Bunker Hill Village run competitively for the Houston area. Electricity averages around 14.09 cents per kilowatt, which is actually below the Texas average of 15.47 cents. resulting in the average residential bill of $161 per month. The city's 2025 budget shows utility rates increased 8% for the residential customers, with an average bill for 45,000 gallons of water consumption over 2 months, reaching $600, $3.76. Stable, I would say, with residents and consumers seeing modest increases throughout CenterPoint Energy's rare adjustments. Now, when you think about transportation costs, it remains significant in the, I would say, independent community, typically around $350 to $860 annually for families, depending on the vehicles. Most households maintains multiple vehicles throughout the central location, and it provides commute times to major employment centers throughout Houston. Healthcare costs benefit proximity to Texas Medical Center for Bunkerhill, one of the largest medical complexes, providing residents access to world-class healthcare options at competitive rates compared to other metropolitan areas. And then when you think about groceries and dining costs, it aligns with Houston averages. Though lifestyle inflation is common in Bunkerhill Village, many residents spend considerably more money dining, entertainment, and premium service that match their upscale community standards. The biggest financial advantage remains Texas' absence of state income tax, which is a result in substantial savings compared to states like California or New York. This tax benefit, it often offsets the premium housing costs for high-income earners, making the total cost of living more palatable when viewed through the lens of after-tax income. It's important to note that while basic living expenses may be manageable, the Bunkerhill Village lifestyle often includes discretionary spending on landscaping services, premium home maintenance, as well as community standard amenities that should be factored into any realistic budget when it comes to planning and living in the area. Are there affordable options is a question we get asked all the time. Is it possible to find affordable homes in Bunkerhill? This is a question we frequently get asked, and the answers requires some research. While affordability is relative in the community, where the median home price has reached $4.1 million in 2025, there are some entry points that might actually surprise you, of course. The most approachable segment remains older homes that benefit from needing updates, properties built in the 1960s and 70s, and sometimes they offer more reasonable price points, especially if they haven't been renovated at all. These homes, I would say, they typically feature solid construction, sit on desirable lots, providing opportunities to build equity throughout any strategic improvements that you would take on. There are townhomes and condominiums in the area, and they remain extremely limited in Bunkerhill proper due to the zoning regulations that prioritize single-family homes. However, in immediately adjacent areas, you can find luxury townhomes and condos that offer access to many of the same amenities and schools at a lower price point. Sometimes starting at $900,000 to, I would say, $1.2 million. And for those that's determined to live in this area but unable to meet the current price points, consider nearby neighborhoods like Spring Branch, which borders Bunkerhill Village and offers more diverse housing options while still providing, I would say, access to many of the same benefits that you would get in Bunkerhill. The current entry point for single-family homes in Bunkerhill Village, it typically starts around 1.8 to 2.2 million for smaller homes and older properties that might need updates. This represents the lower end of the market in this prestigious community, of course, but it will definitely get your foot in the door. And when you're considering affordability, factors in ongoing costs as well. Property taxes, insurance, and maintenance for luxury homes can add significantly to the monthly expense beyond the mortgage, of course. With property taxes averaging 1.2% of assessed value and insurance costs increasing, these carrying costs are substantial consideration for buyers who are considering the area. So there you have it, the complete breakdown of what it really costs to live in Bunker Hill in 2025. Whether you're relocating to Houston for work, you're looking to upgrade your living situation, or you're considering just an investment property in one of Texas' most prestigious community, I hope this information help you make an informed decision and give you a little bit more insight on the cost in Bunker Hill. Remember that while the numbers are important, they don't tell the whole story. The value of living in a community like Bunker Hill Village, it extends beyond the financial investment to include the quality of life for some, educational opportunities for others, safety for many families, and the community connections that makes this place a very special area in Houston. And now, as promised, here's the bonus tip that could save you thousands when buying in Bunker Hill. Don't wait for the homes to hit the public market. That's the most important thing. In this competitive environment, many of the best properties, they sell through private or pocket listings that never appear on the MLS. Working with a well-connected local realtor, like me of course, gives you access to these off-market properties before they're even available to the general public. I've helped numerous clients secure their dream home in this way, often at better terms than they would have received when they were in a competitive market bidding on a home, of course. So if you're seriously considering Bunker Hill Village or any of the Memorial area communities, I would love to be by your side and help guide you through your purchase of this exclusive area. My team and I specialize in helping busy professionals, of course, and families navigate this unique market. We can provide you personalized insights based on your specific needs and, of course, based on your priorities and what's important to you and your family. As you think about the community, think about it holistically. And as always, thanks so much for watching this video. If you found the information helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more Texas real estate insights. And drop any questions you have below. If you have other questions about the Bunker Hill Village area, don't hesitate to put them down below. And if you want to learn more about the Texas real estate market, check out the screen box to watch any other relevant videos that catch your eye. As I've mentioned here before, my name is Natasha Carroll with Natasha Carroll Realty. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Look forward to seeing you next time. Ciao.